Well, it may have been the Anthony Davis show in Game 1, but it was all Golden State tonight. What a bounce back for the reigning NBA champs. They get it done on their home court, even up the series, winning huge. 127-100, that final score. Welcome back to Playoff Central Live. So happy you could join us. Ashley Shamedy, Isaiah Thomas. We've got Sam Mitchell. You guys, what a game that was. That is a way to respond after you lose in Game 1 on your home floor. You do what needs to be done, you get work done, and that is what the Warriors did tonight.
That's exactly what they did. Came out, got the win. Game 2, did what they needed to do. Not only did they do what they needed to do in terms of winning the basketball game, but Sam, also minutes played. When you look at the minutes played, you know, Steph only played 29 minutes tonight, Klay 31 minutes, so they got their rest. So that was a good win tonight.
Yeah, if you're the Lakers, you Darvin Ham, you're happy you got the split, but you got to be concerned. This lineup change that Steve Kerr inserted tonight with JaMychal Green, they crushed the Lakers on the glass, 55-40. And the Lakers have a huge size advantage, huge athleticism advantage, but Golden State crushed them. And if Golden State can play physical basketball and meet the Lakers' physicality and out-rebound them, then, you know, we all think the Lakers going to win this series, but we're going to have to rethink this, because if they can match the Lakers' physicality and their size by changing their lineup and playing this way, we may have a 7-game series.
Well, the small lineup gives them movement and gives them more movement. And, you know, movement and spacing creates more rebounding opportunities and more foul shooting opportunities. So when you have movement and spacing, you know, you get a chance, little guys like myself, Sam, we get a chance to get in there and get a rebound, you know. But when you just have the lane compacted, that's when big guys can really control it. But when you have all that movement going around and then you have spacing along with it, little guys can shoot in there, get rebounds, and take advantage of the bigger.
I don't think the Lakers could play at this pace. Both of these teams shot about 95, 96 shots. That's a lot of shots in the NBA game, especially a playoff game. And I think Darvin Ham's going to have to go back and say, okay, we got a little drunk off Game 1. You're not going to look, and I say the same thing about Boston last year. You're not going to outshoot Golden State. You may do it one game here and there, but over the course of a series, you're going to have to slow this game down, play inside-out basketball, because you're not going to out-quick them, outrun them, outshoot them. So the Lakers going to have to go back, hit the reset button, and then think about how they want to attack this team.
Golden State figured things out tonight. They made 21 threes in Game 1, but that wasn't working for them because it was all free throws. It was all paint points for the Lakers in that first game. Tonight, the Warriors, once again, 21 made threes. But like you said, they were just more physical. They played with pace, and those were big difference makers. You see, they were able to even out free throws, points in the paint, and that was the difference maker tonight, because when you, like you said, Sam, when you're making shots like Golden State does, making threes like they do, they're hard to beat when they combine all of that together.
Yeah, the physical part of the game is getting to the free throw line. Zeke, tell you, the team that gets to the free throw line is always got a huge advantage, because also the other team, they're in foul trouble. So that means your starters can't be as aggressive. Every foul, the team is getting rewarded by going to the free throw line. So it really upsets how physical you want to play, how aggressive you want to play. And it kind of got the Lakers on their heel early. And if Klay Thompson, Steph, if they can do this and play this style of basketball, and Draymond Green and others looking to score, again, the Lakers got their hands full, because Anthony Davis reverted back to the Anthony Davis that we don't want to see the way he played tonight.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about movement, speed, quickness, that negates size. And, you know, trust me when I say this, right? If you
they couldn't hit your little fella.
If you got speed and quickness, that negates size. And what you saw with Golden State tonight, they have speed, they have quickness, and therefore they was able to spread the floor. And you saw they were able to get better shots. And, you know, the Lakers couldn't keep up with them to exert their physicality. So, you know, you look at Golden State, that ball was moving, it was passing around, and the lane was wide open. And they really couldn't get close enough to him to catch him. Wide open shots, layups, dunks, everything you wanted, because of that speed, that small lineup, in the shooting.
Before tonight's game, though, guys, we were talking about if you've got a LeBron James and you've got Anthony Davis doing what he did in Game 1, they are hard to stop. But that has been the problem with AD that we've seen before, just the inconsistency. We saw it again tonight. He had 30 points in Game 1, and tonight he had 11. So what do we need to do? How do we need to figure out? How do the Lakers, Darvin Ham, need to figure out what goes on with AD?
If we knew that, we would be sitting up here. We'll be gazillionaires.
I'm
What's
putting
that
myself in
commercial?
their
I'm trying to be a gazillionaire. I mean, look, that's the thing about Anthony Davis that's so frustrating. You see the talent. You see the nights where you can make an argument. There are certain nights where Anthony Davis is the best player in the NBA when you look at what he does defensively, the mid-range, able to shoot the three, get knocked down free throws. But then there are nights like this to where if he doesn't get out to a quick start, he just disappears, and they can't have that. Again, when LeBron...
Brown off the screen, drives in again on Embiid. Kicks it out, Brogdon three.
Well, the Boston Celtics spoil the return of the Philadelphia 76ers MVP, Joel Embiid, and they win Game 2 by, what is that?
It's called a blue. It's called
34
It's called
points.
a blowout. It's called a blowout.
There's so many crazy stats in this one, right? Like,
wow.
Jason Tatum, the least amount of points he's had since 2021, right?
Yep.
7 points in a game, yet the Celtics win after losing the previous game, right? When Joel Embiid came back on the floor. So I'm going to point to what you said before this game. I went through all the stats, and you're like, Chris, just defense. The Celtics have to play defense. Well, they allowed 119 in Game 1, gave up 87 in Game 2. Could it be that simple?
It really is that simple for them because the Celtics can score the ball. I mean, they scored 121 points, and Jason Tatum, arguably one of their best players, only scored 7.
7 shots.
But, when you look at Philadelphia only scoring 87 points, that's the key. When the Celtics lock in on defense, I mean, that's what makes them great, and that's what makes them hard to beat. They got great perimeter shooters, and we're showing everything they've done offensively, on the screen. But, to me, the story of the game is them holding the Philadelphia 76ers to 87 points when the MVP of the league, league comes back.
Now, to that point, the 87 points that they allowed, the least amount of points that they've allowed all season. 3D, you talk about dialing in. Joel Embiid returned, but James Harden tied his playoff career high with 45 in Game 1, 2 for 14 from the field, 0 for 6 from three-point range, just 12 points and 4 assists. It was the absolute opposite of what we saw from him in Game 1.
Yeah, Zeke, I know Embiid was coming back first quarter. We're 28-22. But it seemed like after that first quarter, James Harden didn't have that same mindset of attacking the paint, trying to get to the basket. Yes, you want to, give the MVP his just due. But I'm like, wait a minute, go back to being who you were, because the more you attacked, Embiid was rolling to the basket, you dropped it off to him early in the game, got some easy buckets. And then JT gets in foul trouble. I'm like, all right, maybe Philly done found something. But no, the defense got better. See, like when JT got in foul trouble, they got out and ran, they started getting buckets. And next thing you know, I'm like, James Harden, where are you? Where's the same attack mode you were in Game 1? I want that same guy because, yes, the MVP is going to add to what you did in Game 1. But the total from second quarter on was the opposite, Chris.
Yeah, and what's crazy is, we're talking about the defense, and I look at hold on. Jaylen Brown said, as a team, we left a lot of threes on the board in Game 1, right?
Yeah.
They only took 26 threes in Game 1.
Yeah.
In this second game, they made 20, just 2 off their franchise record. You talk about a change in mentality and also a complete change in shot making from outside. How is that possible?
Well, again, the Celtics know exactly their formula for how they want to win. And when they don't live up to that, then they can go back and they can make adjustments. And again, I'm not going to point to, the offense. It's what they did defensively. And 3D, I'm going to go back to a point that you was making about, Embiid being in the game. Well, Embiid is in the game, and he's at that high post, right? Mm-hmm. And Harden has to feed him. But we showed the film where we had Tucker on the baseline.
Yes.
Tucker now on the baseline, and when Tucker's on the baseline behind the defense, that gives Harden a driving lane. When Embiid is sitting there at the post, There's no driving lanes for Harden, so therefore he becomes a facilitator.
You know, when I look at a key standout player, I go, Malcolm Brogdon had 6 threes. The Philadelphia 76ers as a team had 6 threes. 3D, this is your department. You got a guy coming off the bench putting up 23 points. To the other team, you know, the 76ers had just 4 bench points when this game was still a game.